Test test. This thing on. What is up, guys? It's your boy Adriel V. You feel me? You dig? Yeah, your boy. We starting something new. It's gonna be very simple. Just Q&A. I'm gonna ask a question. You might ask me a question. You gonna give me an answer. I might give you an answer. Or we might build some dialogue and just go back and forth and enjoy some conversation. Something that us humans ain't really doing right now. We texting or commenting, but nobody's really building a lot of dialogue. I mean, there's a few people, but we got to start normalizing this again. I really do miss talking to people, especially being in the house a lot of the time. You know, if I'm not at work, kind of stay in the crib. I just think human interaction, face to face, there's nothing like it. So yeah, that's the whole point of this. It's nothing too crazy. It's not. I guess it's kind of like a podcast, but not really. It might turn into being a podcast. It might just be a podcast from the jump. But yeah, man, we gonna jump straight into what I'm talking about though. So, the question of the day right now is, and it can flip from female to male, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say it. So the question is, what who comes first? Um, your father, your son, or your husband? Who's first? And then obviously the same question could be, who comes first? Your mother, your daughter, or your wife? And I just want to see what people are saying, because I mean, I have my take on it, which my take would be my woman comes first. Like, don't get me wrong, I was a mama's boy to the heart. Shoot, rest in peace, mama. But I low key am still. But now that I'm getting older and really understanding what a partner and a significant other really is, you got to rock with that person to the end. You know what I mean? You have kids together, yes, and love my children dearly. I really do. But you're with your spouse, you're with your partner to the end. You know what I mean? Your kids gonna turn 18. They gonna get older, move out the house. You know what I mean? Move out. Shoot, they gonna get to a point where they really don't like you, and that don't mean you lose love for them, but it really does show that, like, I mean, look at your relationship with your parents right now. For those who still have their parents, you know what I mean. And then if you in a relationship, you get to see, like, okay, I'm much closer than I am with this person than I am with my parents that I've ever been. You know what I mean? You still have a crazy love for your parents, but like, it's something about your partner that you build, you know what I mean? This connection through not blood, but like affection. You know, you physically touch them totally different than you would your parents. You know what I mean? Like, in all types of ways, and emotionally you connect in crazy levels. You know what I mean? At least that's kind of how it's supposed to be in my head. Again, this is my take, but the purpose of this is to share what I think and to see what you guys think. But I want to get y'all on the call. I want to get y'all, you know, talking. And a lot of this is gonna be anonymous, but we're gonna call somebody. We're gonna call somebody. All right. And we're gonna see. Know what I mean? We're gonna get something going real quick. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to my Q&A show. Welcome to my Q&A show, okay? Yeah, yeah. Do you want to be anonymous, or did you want to shout out your page?
What? Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey,
the mogul.
oh yeah. Can't forget about it. Can't forget about CEO the Mogul. Make sure y'all go follow all of those pages. All right. Great content, great information. Yeah, we'll get back
Okay.
into that.
You yourself.
And juice himself. All right, all right. We got brands and businesses. I love it. I love it. Oh man. Hey, but I got a question for y'all, and I'm glad you guys are together. The question. All right, the question is, who comes first? Does your father? And this goes both ways, like for female to males, and you'll see when I finish the question. Does your father come first? Does does your father come first? Does your son come first? Or does your spouse come first? And then reverse versa, mother, daughter, and your spouse.
If you are married, meaning you have and a marriage license and certificate, your spouse comes first.
Can you all right, wait, Harold, we gotta get your take on it. We gotta get your take on it first before we kind of dig in it.
Yo,
What's your take?
I mean, if you're married and you made a covenant in front of God, then yes, your wife comes before all.
I love that. I love that. Okay, because I totally agree. I totally agree with you on that. Obviously there gonna be people that are gonna disagree, but if you were to elaborate a little bit more, what would you say?
On that, like, okay,
Like if you were arguing to somebody, if they would, what you said?
go ahead. I was saying, like, what end of the argument? Because they could go so many ways. So what
Right.
end
So
of the argument
let's say someone does choose their father or mother or their daughter or son.
over the spouse?
Yeah. Well, what's your argument on that?
What's the situation? Like, is the father dying?
Well, just generally speaking.
See,
Generally, the spouse comes first, period, right? But if it's my dad is dying and I have to get to him, I'm the only one that can save him. And my spouse is like, but I can't find my sock. Honey, find your socks. You got this. I have to go tend to my dad. But if you got a good spouse, your spouse is gonna say, I don't need socks. Let's go save your dad.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So there's not.
Okay.
It's never gonna be a
yeah, the spouse,
like.
yeah, the spouse is supposed to know part of keeping your spouse first is knowing what makes that person uh what makes that person whole. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
get you.
if it's if it's if the spouse holds their family dear to their heart, then the spouse should know that. Like, he should know that. But if the spouse is not rocking with the family, then the other spouse should know that too, and you know, it should
Adjustments.
adjustments need to be made.
Right. Nah, I agree. So the last thing I'll say with it is, okay, if if your father, your son, and your spouse was all on a cliff about to fall off, who do you save?
Child, we're gonna have to recast this because I can't say nobody.
wait, wait. So you saying you wouldn't even pick? They all gone?
No, wait a minute, wait a minute,
Because Lord,
wait.
he gonna have to figure something
Hold on,
out.
no. Are you saying everybody about to fall, or
Every
you saying
everybody's
a person?
everybody's about to fall. You have an opportunity to save one. Who do you pick?
So I got, and I'm falling too, and I gotta save
Nah, you're
myself.
not. You're not falling. You got the opportunity to grab one, but the other two gonna drop.
So I'm
Falling, I would say catch Jay, right? Catch Jay. I live my life. Catch Jay. Your dad, he got bad knees. So you pull him, you might, you know what I mean? Pull a arm out the socket, or you might make it worse for him, and then he might be like, "Oh my God, why did you know, just get Jay?" But
Dang.
who would you get though?
I'll get my spouse.
You'd save me if I was falling.
Yeah.
Yo, that's some deep love right there. I love that. Yo, that really run deep. That's beautiful, man. Yo, yo.
All jokes aside, like,
Nah, I
yeah,
wish
I
y'all
would
could
give
see his face right now. His face, like he is so serious right now. That's deep right there. That's deep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be with somebody and if you're gonna stand in front of God, I don't care who your God is. If it's Allah, if I don't care who you got it. If you're a Muslim, a a Buddhist, anything like whoever you believe, whoever your higher power it is, and say that this woman right here is now flesh of my flesh, to death do us part, then I have an obligation.
Oof.
And that's just me, man. I'm loyal like that.
Nah, look, that
And
that was that was that was deep. That was deep.
So bad because I just don't think I would be able to hold it.
no, Juice would probably be. She would choose
Jump in.
Jay. She would go Jay. Me and me. Me and Pop would have been done down there, Pop Spanish going down. I would have been like, yo,
Because of the way my dad is, right? You two working together, y'all would have caught a cliff. And I feel
yeah,
like
me and Pop would have survived. We definitely
Y'all
would
ain't
have
lying.
survived.
Y'all ain't lying for real, for real.
And we would have survived. Like, and then 2 years later, when we made it out of the jungle, you know what I mean? We had a wilder story. Niggas come out with the wild fur coats, looking crazy, tats on the face. You know what I mean?
yeah, Jay ain't built for that life.
Jay will not make it with us. He'd been
Yo,
dead weight. You know what I mean?
that's hard. That's hard. Hey, like I ain't gonna lie. That was deep. I really do messing up there. My words is twisting. Nah, but that was deep. I really appreciate y'all for real, for real. That was Yeah, nah, that was a dope response. I wasn't I was expecting something deep because I know how y'all are, but that was dope. I definitely love y'all perspective on that. That was great.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, well, that is the end of this segment of the Q&A. And I appreciate you guys. The people appreciate you guys, and we hope to have y'all back on the show.
Yeah, one day we will have a podcast. One day.
look, look, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Don't worry, don't worry. We'll get that.
There.
We did buy all this stuff just to look at it. Just to look at it.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
That's
of course, of course. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hey man, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it there first, man. Their their response, I could definitely say I agree um on most of what they said for sure. For sure. I mean, the general part of it, yes. I mean, I just think you got to go all in with your spouse. Your spouse is your spouse. That's You know what I mean? Especially when you under oath. You know what I mean? That's you. Y'all ride or die. Y'all become one. Um, but I do think that if there is a mutual agreement for something, you know, then it can go another direction. But excuse me. But yeah, man. Um, that was pretty dope. Now this is the first episode. It's very, very. I guess you could say short. Nothing too much. Um, this is kind of what we'll be doing on this. I'm gonna just call it a show. You know what I mean? Um, hope to have more of y'all on here. DM and message me if you would like to be on the show, and I'll pick between whoever inquires and wants to be on the show. Um, I'll kind of have it in the description if you want to be on the show to kind of let me know if you want to be anonymous, if you don't mind your name being said. Just so I know. And I mean, worst case scenario, if I say your name and after the fact you're like, I don't want it, yeah, I could like bleep it out. So don't worry about that. But we'll get into it. Yeah, first episode of this is done. That was nice. That was fun. Catch y'all later, man, for the next one. Let's do it.